playing around with the music today. You know why? Welcome to MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance.
Yes.
We got now. Man, them shoes look like something Shohei be wearing. Those look nice. I'm Harold Reynolds, and I'm joined this week by comedian, two-time host of the MLB Awards.
All MLB Awards.
Oh, the All MLB Awards. That's why he's a host.
Now put me in the MLB Awards next when you got them.
And host of CNN's show.
Have I got news for
He got
you?
it all, man. He's got it all. But the biggest thing I can say, Cub fan. Huge Cub fan.
Die hard.
Roy Woods Jr. What's going on, man?
How you been, man?
Good, bro. Great
to see you, man. Good to see you. This ain't got nothing to do with what's on your prep sheet, what we're supposed to be talking about today. Is there anything more perfect than the design of a baseball cleat? Like, it has not evolved. Like, the placement of the spike. Spike placement has not evolved since 1900.
Remember how they used to hurt your feet underneath there? The mold there?
I'm fascinated by it. This is the closest I've been to real athletic wear in a long time because, you know,
Crazy.
I like hot dogs.
Feel how light that is?
Yeah.
It's pretty good stuff.
It wouldn't help me run faster.
It wouldn't help you?
I'm sure it'll help some other players as with New Balance. Wouldn't do nothing for me, though.
Well, I saw you playing a little baseball. We went back to Birmingham to your home. We saw some pictures of you in high school and all that.
Yeah, we had a good time, man. And I got to give you props for being there with us and really helping to usher those conversations that we had. We went around the local high schools. This was in the week leading up to the tribute game for Willie Mays at Rickwood Field last year. And, to sit with you and Jake Peavy and Brother Kendricks from the Negro League Museum and just getting all the knowledge from Bob. It was a good time, man.
Yeah, it really
was. And of course, we hate that the week turned from a celebration of the career of Willie Mays into a celebration of his life.
Yeah.
But it was still a beautiful week in Birmingham.
But it was amazing how, when Willie died at that time, how quickly we pivoted to the celebration. And
mid-game.
I mean, it was crazy.
So I hosted the Sports Emmy Awards, and I talked about that a little bit because I was part of that broadcast on Tuesday night for the minor league game between the Barons and the Biscuits. And and it's just a regular minor league throwback game.
Right. And
like somewhere in the fifth inning, they're in our ear. Hey, guys, Willie passed. We're figuring out the announcement. Just continue to call the game like it's a regular game. No,
That kind of changes everything,
you
right?
ripped my heart out. But over the course of like an inning and a half, they're like, okay, we're going to wait for the family to release a statement. Then the commissioner's going to release his statement.
And it took forever.
Yeah.
The family took forever with the statement. I understand.
Yeah.
But it seemed like sitting there doing a game and they're telling you it's coming. Were you guys able to drag that out and hold on?
You just called the game, but what happened for me, and granted, the guys in the booth, they have to call balls and strikes, but I'm supposed to be here for small talk. There's no small talk I can fake.
No.
When you know something is heavy on your heart like that. But I think somewhere around the 6th or the 7th inning, they make the announcement in the crowd, unanticipatedly, 3-4 minute standing ovation for Willie Mays. They paused the game. Thank God the umpires wasn't tripping on the pitch clock.
Right.
They was like, all right, we'll make an exception on the pitch clock.
Yeah.
And we had packages. You all had guests already on via satellite being interviewed in the booth while the baseball game is happening.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful, beautiful week. It was a beautiful week for the city of Birmingham. And I'm happy y'all coming back, too, man.
We're coming back. I'm going to get to that in a second. But I want to stay here with Willie for a sec because at that time, you're a kid from Birmingham.
Yeah.
And Willie is from Birmingham. Maybe some folks listening do not know that. What was your first memories of Willie Mays impacting the Woods family?
For me, so my father covered, my dad was a radio news journalist in the civil rights era and covered pretty much any news surrounding black people globally, not just black Americans.
Yeah.
But so he covered a lot of Negro League games.
Yeah.
He interviewed a lot of these people. And people forget, in Birmingham in the 60s, there were a lot of Negro League stars who had then since integrated on into MLB, who was still coming back and being a part of the civil rights movement and that cause. And so, my pops had relationships with a lot of his family, in addition to Mr. Mays, but also a lot of his family from just being the journalist in and around Birmingham. But I think by and large, growing up playing Little League in Birmingham, Birmingham is it's basically a black city, it's 70% black.
Right.
I played on an all-black Little League team. Like, I don't even know if that exists anymore. Everybody black. Coaches, umpires, everybody black.
Wow.
You have the coaches telling you the history of this sport, and they're telling you 2 miles up the road is one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
And 2 miles past him is Bo Jackson's house.
Right.
So y'all got an opportunity to be something special.
Greatness.
So it helped to really validate that you could be from this place and do something beyond the horizon. And I think that was the biggest significance of Willie Mays for me and a lot of young kids playing sports. And you know, a little later on in life, you could go for Frank Thomas, you could go for Charles Barkley, who's, you know, from Leeds, a little bit outside of Birmingham. So the idea of having these people that you could attach yourself to and know that, well, if he's from here and did it with way less equipment and way less support nationally, then maybe I got a chance.
And you were the perfect guy to be in that booth when that was announced about Willie's passing because of all the history you just shared. You were able to be able to bring that forward. I look at that as like an amazing time. You've had some great things that happened in your life, but that has to be one that kind of stands out, that you were there to tell the world about Willie Mays on the day he passed.
Yeah, and this is coming, mind you, 2 innings prior to that. I spoke to Ferdinand Chico, who was he was a former Birmingham Black Baron, because also at that game, they had some of the old Negro Leaguers who were going to be honored on that Thursday.
Oh, that's cool.
Just sitting and just being a part of that rich history, man, it was a blessing. And I think the thing that I'll always take away from the night that they announced Willie's passing at Rickwood was the amount of strangers in the crowd crying and hugging each other.
Mm-hmm.
These people did not know each other.
Yeah.
These are total strangers. And kudos to the MLB Network crew putting the camera on that.
Yeah.
To show that was that's how big his significance was. Is that even in passing, here in this spot at Rickwood, the only thing that matters is the sport and love. And I think that's part of why Rickwood has always been a special place. We're talking about a stadium where the first integrated sporting event in the state of Alabama happened at Rickwood Field. So it's always been a place, it's always been a beacon of some semblance of unity, even when everything outside of the stadium represented the exact opposite.
Well, and you look at Willie Mays, I mean, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, but it wasn't with resistance, a lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. Willie Mays was the next wave of guys that came on after Jackie, and he was received by everybody. Openly. White, black, green, brown, it didn't matter. He became a hero to all.
I feel like Jackie Robinson was received resentfully. Positively, but resentfully. Well, Rookie of the Year, but he didn't win a World Series. Then next year wins a World Series. Well, okay, all right, you good now. We like you now. Whereas Willie, it was like, wow, let's celebrate this person.
The greatness of this kid.
Yeah, and also Willie Mays came at a time where, you know, black people were starting to get that swag. That Nat King Cole, Sam Cooke era, black.
No, you're right.
Time.
You're right.
Know? The soul era.
Definitely time of celebration. All right, well, we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about the East-West Classic. Baseball is returning to Birmingham as we celebrate the greats of the Negro Leagues. And when we come back, we'll dive into that and a lot more with Roy Wood Jr.
Worn by players like Tristan Casas and Jeremy Pena to meet the demand of elite ball players, the New Balance Fresh Foam 3000 V7 is the comfortable cleat to help you stay focused on your gameplay. The 3000 V7 is designed to deliver comfort and unrelenting confidence on the field with an innovative coated mesh that offers soft breathability and durability. The Fresh Foam cushioning is precision engineered to deliver an ultra-cushioned, lightweight ride while a gusseted tongue keeps you centered. Learn more and purchase the 3000 at newbalance.com.
Well, welcome back to MLB Network Podcast presented by, well, you got it right there, by New Balance. Joining me here I'm Harold Reynolds with Roy Wood Jr. And last we were talking about Negro League Baseball.
Yep.
And now we're going to talk a little bit about East-West Classic is returning this year on Juneteenth and will be played at Rickwood Field in Birmingham. It was last year we played it in Cooperstown, so we're moving it back to Birmingham, which is pretty cool.
I love that. I love that y'all are just still kind of showing love to Birmingham, bringing the game back to America's oldest ballpark. Because honestly, if I'm just speaking on behalf of Birmingham, we're just happy some folks coming to town. So you gave us a regular season game last time. This year, we get the Negro League tribute game with a bunch of former players who are still able-bodied enough.
We'll see about able-bodied. That'll be interesting to see.
Well, CC looked good during the softball last year, the celebrity softball. Ryan Howard looked good. I don't know if Ryan's on the roster this year, but I know that Andrew Jones is supposed to be there this year. I think Matt Kemp is showing up in Birmingham.
Yeah. Prince Fielder played, CY. It was a great group, and actually it ended on a walk-off home run, so it was quite a festive thing. But that was in Cooperstown, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We're going back to Rickwood. Talk to us a little bit about Rickwood Field in Birmingham, the history of that, for maybe those that don't know it.
It's an amazing ballpark. It is America's oldest standing professional ballpark after they tore down Comiskey. It was a place where it wasn't always baseball either. Like, this was a spot where legitimately there was, like, college football games. There was, like, demolition derbies. Like, you name it, they had it there. But it was a place where the Birmingham Black Barons would often play for a while, and then the Birmingham Barons kind of came into the facility, a little while later. But people forget that during the 70s, anybody of decency that you can name within professional baseball at some point came through on a minor league tour to play games there. Yeah. And the same with the Negro League. Every Negro Leaguer you can name at some point set foot in that stadium.
I remember reading the names of people that played there. Ted Williams played in that ballpark.
Yes.
You had, I think it was like 180, like, Hall of Famers that come through.
I think
crazy number.
This is baseball, so I got to get my numbers right, but I think it's about 40% of all MLB Hall of Famers have played a game, at least an inning.
That's amazing.
At Rickwood Field.
That's amazing.
Its ties are deep, and I'm very excited because what the East-West does in Birmingham, it also gives the Birmingham community an opportunity to come together as well around something. That, we're football. It's a little football bias. Yeah. It's the South.
Yes.
But
yes, it is.
If the Rickwood Classic last year didn't prove anything else, it proved that there's still an appetite for baseball.
Absolutely.
I'm just excited to go to the game because I need to apologize to Mike Cameron.
Oh,
because I know Mike Cameron going to be there.
What happened to Mike Cameron? What'd you apologize?
You got to be careful who you talk trash to because you're going to see him again. I don't remember the year, but I think Minute Maid was still in Ron Field at the time.
Okay.
Padres, Astros. Cameron is playing center field for the Padres, if I'm not mistaken. This is somewhere in that 05 to 07 window. You can go baseball reference, check
it up. Yeah.
Padres put up, I think, 11 or 12 runs in the first inning. Whatever it was, they was
one of those crazy blowout
One
games.
of them three pitching changes in the first inning of the game.
Wow.
And Cameron comes out, and we heckle that boy. Oh, my God.
But they were up 11-0. What were you heckling him for?
We trying to get in his head so he can go 0 for 70 the rest of the game. And heckling to the point where he's turning around.
And now he knows you. He sees you.
And it's distinct. Somewhere around the 7th inning, and I can say it now, it was 20 years ago, we was blasted.
I was going to say.
So Minute Maid in Houston, this is back when it was 436 straight away. They had the flagpole, and it used to be a little Applebee's.
The little hill up there.
Yeah, it was a little hill, and beyond the hill was a little Applebee's.
Oh, yeah, I remember the Applebee's out there.
So we sitting out there, it wasn't Applebee's, but you know what I mean. It was Applebee's-esque. And Mike Cameron makes the last out of the inning, and he turns to do the traditional, I'm going to throw the ball
to the stand, to the fan.
He looks dead at me. And he points at me and goes, you. And I stand up and I fall for it. Ooh, I get a ball. And he turned and he threw that thing to somebody else and then looked at me and smirked and then took his ass back in the dugout. An older and more mature man I am now. I'm grown enough to say that I'm sorry to Mike Cameron for trying to take him off his game. That was a black man having a good game at the plate. And as another black man, I shouldn't have been trying to take a black man off his game. It's disrespectful.
Now, have you guys discussed this? Does he remember you?
I've never met Mike Cameron.
Oh my goodness,
So
we gotta make that happen.
No, please don't. We're
gonna make that happen.
Let me tweet him first and make sure it's all love. Because, I don't know. Might have a Tommy Pham on my hands. He might try to fight me or something.
Man, I had one situation where I made a couple errors in the game, and this fan was hooting on me, man. And you don't ever look in the stands. When you said he looked in the stands, you know it's kind of getting to you.
Yeah.
And I looked in the stands, and this guy's like, yeah, it's me. It's me. He was boldly proclaiming, it's me yelling at you. I'll never do that ever again.
Have you seen the footage from the College World Series where in some of these regionals, I don't know if you could ever do this at a professional stadium, but some of these college stadiums, the crowd is point-blank range to the opposing team's bullpen. I think it was it might have been a pitcher from Clemson, I think, who literally from me to you is the fence. And I'm throwing warm-up, and there's just a fan right here just obliterating me. And the pitcher goes in, uses the anger, strikes out the side on like 9 pitches. Like, I would run back to the bullpen to yell at that fan. Like, it was interesting, man. But yeah, I'm excited about East-West. CC Sabathia has always been a very solid dude and an ambassador of just making sure that baseball, that youth and inner city kids have access to it. You know what the Players Alliance does and what they stand for. So it's a beautiful situation, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too, and we'll make sure that you're just there watching and hanging out. You can't hackle nobody, but we're gonna make sure Mike Cameron happens.
Mike Cameron.
Mike Cameron's gonna happen.
Meet Roy Wood.
All right, you guys stay tuned for that. We will make that happen with Mike Cameron. We're gonna be right back with MLB Network Podcast with Roy Wood Jr.
The Farmer's Dog thinks about your dog every day because their goal is to help them live a long, healthy life. Their food is developed by a team of board-certified vet nutritionists. Unlike most pet foods, the Farmer's Dog is made to human-grade standards. It's gently cooked without the ultra-processing and portioned for easy weight management. Because sure, good ingredients matter, but the best recipes call for so much more. Get 50% off your first box of the official pet food of Major League Baseball at thefarmersdog.com/MLB. That's thefarmersdog.com/MLB.
Welcome back to MLB Network Podcast. I'm Harold Reynolds, and yes, our guest today is Roy Wood Jr. This guy has hosted the Peabody Awards, the Sports Emmy Awards, MLB Awards, and man, you've done the Correspondents' Dinner for the White House. You've done so many things.
It's been a blessing to be a part of a couple things, man. Tell a couple jokes, man.
So you've told some good jokes. You have a lot of stories, but you shocked us on the last break. You were talking about a baseball game you were at in Houston, and you were talking about who?
Mike Cameron, but I'm only saying this because I might run into him at the East-West in Birmingham when we had the East-West Classic. That's the only reason I'm saying that, unless he coming to the swing man.
No, I got something better than that, Roy. You were talking about how his team scored 11 runs in the first inning against the Astros.
Yes, Astros.
And you were ragging on him from out in center field.
Here's the issue, and I finally pulled up the box score from this game. Mike Cameron, in his first 4 at-bats in this game, walk, homer, double-double.
And you was all over him.
You got it at some point. And I'm there with Houston folks, and they're rooting for the Astros. And I'm like, well, I'm rooting for the Astros. And Mike Cameron come out the gate, first inning, walk, and 2-run homer. I cannot let this pass. And I'm out in center field. I'm out there in center field. He right there. Like, Mike Cameron is literally 20 feet away from me. And so we just proceed to heckle and yell. And we never cussed. We never brought family into it. We kept it above the belt. I might have said one time he was black as a Sharpie. I don't know if that was a nice thing to say as a black man to another black man. Probably should have said that. Mike Cameron proceeds to go back in the next inning, hit another RBI double.
Oh, my goodness.
Comes back out, heckle him again. He goes back in, hits another double. So it's just like, it's just this itchy and scratchy fire. I should have just been quiet.
So what caught my attention, though, was Mike had a ball he was going to throw to you, right?
So that's that. So
what happened?
So at the end of the game, and I'm figuring this is all love. He knows that I'm a baseball fan. Much love. Here's a ball. Good job. You would say, psych, I'm throwing it to somebody else. And he embarrassed me in front of everybody. And that, Houston got that little Applebee's. It's like a TGI Chili's out there in left center field. And everybody at the TGI, because it was getting weird.
Oh, my gosh.
And I know if I ever see him in Birmingham, I'm going to apologize to the brother, but I know we got the speed round coming up.
No. We're going to skip the speed round because you know what? I know everybody, man. I know Mike Cameron. I called Mike Cameron. We got Mike Cameron right now.
No!
Right now. Hello, Mike.
No.
Cameron, do you remember that game?
I remember doing the dominant thing there. It was a day game, I remember. I
Yes,
think
it was.
Sunday day game. It was a Sunday day game. But, man, Ron, how you going to be getting on me on Sunday down in Seoul for Houston, man? I didn't even know. If I'd known that was you, I would have threw you the ball. But since you was trying, and you caught me a black Sharpie, man, I've heard all kind of things. But the black Sharpie, I heard 12 past midnight, a quarter after 12. I heard it all. But a black Sharpie?
I just think, Mr. Cameron, I just think as a black man, I think making jokes about skin complexion is not funny, and that humor must be above the belt. And to your credit, though, every time we threw a heckle at you, your butt would go back up to the plate the next inning and knock the cover off the ball again. It's like you was taking the hatred and just channeling it. He had a hell of a day.
Oh, my gosh. Man. Mike, 11 runs in the first.
Yeah.
That's a crazy game.
Yeah. I remember that game. I remember playing against them because you brought it up to me and tried to see if I could remember it. And I was like, okay, Ron from Birmingham. I didn't do nothing in Birmingham for somebody to heckle me. This man all the way over in Houston, Texas, heckling the hell out of me. All in center field. I mean, but it's all right, though.
Yo,
it's all love.
Do you remember that, though? Was that your technique in a regular basis? If a fan heckle you near the end of the game, you got an opportunity to pretend you're going to throw on the ball, and they get all happy, and then you go, nah.
Oh yeah, because all fans are the same. Like they got a job to do for their team, and it depends. Like for most part, I'm surprised that I wasn't talking mess back to you.
Oh, you were.
I was raking that day. Oh,
you were.
Because if I was raking that day, I'm definitely gonna be talking a whole bunch of mess.
You kept doing this. You just kept doing this, and you was like.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, man. My God.
Mike, I can't thank you enough for joining, man. This is awesome.
Thank you for coming to Birmingham on Juneteenth, man. I can't wait to meet you. It's going to be a good time, man. Appreciate you and all the other great players that's going to bless the city, man. That's going to be on MLB Network. Hopefully we can break bread over some barbecue ribs or something.
Most definitely, dog. Dreamland down there. So, we can do that. We can do that.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited, obviously, to participate in the Classic. I played in this ballpark in the minor leagues when I played for the Birmingham Barons. Obviously, I have almost close to 2 years down there in Birmingham, and it's 2.5 hours from where I grew up at. So I understand the dynamic. I understand what this means to the city. I haven't seen the park since I had a home run derby with Ryan Klesko before they fixed the park for for the games. And I'm excited to see it, man. But look, I've been trying to train the best I can so I don't blow out no Achilles or rupture, and all this kind of stuff here. But just to be a part of it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to come back down to Birmingham, man, because I know what it means. Magic City. I mean, it's the other Magic City. So,
we was Magic City first before that Magic City took over the name Magic City.
Man, you guys can argue about that on Juneteenth because that's when you're both to be in the same place. I can't wait. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us, bro. Appreciate it. We'll see you in Birmingham.
Definitely, H. Definitely.
Oh, you're the best, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. See, I knew I might get you with that one. I knew I might get you with that one.
Why you put me on the spot like that, man? That could have went another way. You know that, right?
Man. It could have. It could have.
Man, we called that man a Sharpie for 7 innings straight.
Wow.
And then he embarrassed me in front of everybody in the outfit.
He got even.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
we're going to see him play Juneteenth down there in Birmingham. Thanks for the time, bro.
I appreciate you,
It was
man. Good to
awesome,
see you,
man.
H.
Always great.
Yes, sir.
Always great. You can see Roy also at the HBCU Swingman Classic at the All-Star Game July 11th as well. He's always around baseball, biggest baseball nut there is. So appreciate you, bro.
Brett Council, call me if you need some help. Need a bat.
That's it from here.
Don't call me. I can't hit nothing.